Hey guys, Legendary Grimlock here, and let's be real, Dino Crisis definitely needs to have a remake. I mean, dear God, this was one of the peak games back then. Like, it had everything. Dinosaurs, shooting games, it needs updated graphics and maybe a couple updated stories. You never know. But overall, I would love to actually see this game again. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about Dino Crisis's main female lead and one of the best female protagonists of all time, Regina. Regina from Dino Crisis was basically a soldier that was sent to the island to retrieve a couple scientists and I believe some data and information. Haven't played the games in so many years, but again, it's still one of my favorites here. So, after dealing with dinosaurs, hybridized creatures, and just all that stuff here, we're going to see if she could survive Isla Sorna or Jurassic Park 3 or, let's call it Isla Sorna. Let's just say the entire island in general. So, obviously, we're going to have to look at this for a scaling standpoint and then a overall, I guess, a survival standpoint. Now, how strong are the dinos in Jurassic Park? Well, that's pretty simple. They're like building level. Even things like Carnotaurus have metas or at least feats for small building level. So dinosaurs like the Carnotaurus, the Allosaurus, and the Ceratosaurus would have small building levels of attack potency. Then you get to your larger carnivores, which have basically overall building levels of attack potency, with the Spinosaurus being able to ram through a metal gate, and Rexy pretty much being called the strongest creature on Earth, or at least the strongest land creature on Earth, with her upscaling other dinosaurs that can pretty much walk through and destroy buildings like it's nothing. You have dinosaurs that can literally flip cars and trucks over like it's nothing. And let's not forget Buck, who pretty much smashed a bus by like nuzzling it or just nudging it overall. So that's pretty much the Jurassic Park verse in general, and all these dinosaurs would have similar scaling or at least peak human or beyond peak human scaling, or at least wall level scaling, right? So we'll also be using the camouflaging Carnotauruses for this one as well, which are a bit smaller than their live action counterparts, but in the novel they have the ability to camouflage, and it's actually rumored they're like so scary that not even like T-Rexes go near their territory. So yeah, they're absolute beasts here. But anyway, with that being said here, yeah, we're gonna go over the Dino Crisis scaling, and you guys may or may not be really surprised by how strong Regina actually is here. So for starters, Regina is able to stagger and harm the likes of the Giga. Now, the Giga in Dino Crisis is probably one of the OG broken versions of the Giga, and probably what inspired Ark's Giga to be so malicious and broken as it is. But as you guys can see here, it's able to dominate and just simply throw a T-Rex like it's nothing. And yeah, here's the thing about T-Rexes in Dino Crisis, right? So what I'm about to show you here is pretty much a video clip from the Dino Crisis game, where as you can see, Dylan, her partner, is using a tank and actually shooting the T-Rex. And as you guys can see here, they're destroying everything else around it, and the T-Rex is casually taking these shots like it's nothing. What kind of Tyrannosaurus Rex can tank this kind of firepower? Now this will obviously this will obviously go into their AP as well, with them being able to scale to building level and potentially higher. You could potentially say city level, as the Tyrannosaurus Rex is able to take on and take out a lot of the creatures in the game, which are considered around like small building level, being able to take things like grenade launchers, missile launchers, M16s, and all that. Regina is also able to stagger the Giga with her I guess it was like an energy knife or something like that. And the Giga should easily upscale the T-Rex here, which would put the Giga around, like, I guess you could say, like, large building level. So you can easily say the Giga itself is above a lot of the creatures in the Jurassic Park franchise. But Regina has her own experience. She's easily a weapons, marksman. She's been able to take out dinosaurs like Therizinosaurus, Mosasaurus, Plesiosaurus as well. And she's actually done this in their natural habitat, which is the water. She's able to take poisonous ornitholestes, oh sorry, not ornitholestes, I think oviraptors, sorry. But her physical strength would scale to Utah raptors, or basically the giant-sized velociraptors we use in Jurassic Park, which are basically based off of Utah raptor anyway. So scaling to a Utah raptor, which weighs around 660 pounds, I believe, which would actually make them, one of the most dangerous creatures of all time. I think it is pretty safe to say here. I mean, these dinosaurs are absolutely ridiculous in terms of, their I guess you say their attack potency, and the Utah Raptors in the game are able to stagger and harm Tyrannosaurs here, which are still able to take on and tank fire like it's absolutely nothing. So you still have creatures that would scale to building level, to large building level in this game consistently, even with the smaller creatures. Yes, they're able to get one-shotted by these, T-Rexes and stuff like that. But again, they are very consistent in what they're able to do, or at least the damage that they're able to deal here. So I would definitely say that large building level for the larger carnivores, or at least for the larger creatures in the game, is definitely more consistent than, just regular building level. I would actually say small building level, or maybe even regular building level, will belong to the raptors and the allosauruses as well, and the therizinosaurs, albeit if the game did do it right, it should be a large building level opponent. But I think that really does recover Regina's scaling. She to scale to small building level with her physical AP, and her weapons easily put her on the large building level scale. So yeah, let's throw her in here. And Regina should have no problem traversing the island, simply because she's been in these kind of situations before. With her and Dylan being able to go through these jungles and being able to even go through volcanoes, fighting against dinosaurs and prehistoric reptilian mammals as well. So yeah, I don't think the jungle or the unfamiliarity will play a role in if Regina could really take on this kind of island here. I mean, I'm not saying Isla Sorna is some, cakewalk. I mean, I don't even think the kids from Camp Cretaceous would survive on Isla Sorna. I don't even think Alan Grant and his team from Jurassic Park 3 should have survived in that Isla Sorna encounter. It just made no sense here. But overall, I do think Regina is going to be able to beat these raptors a lot easier, especially with her physical AP. She should definitely be either on par, if not slightly superior, with her weapons, especially with her energy dagger and stuff. I think she would definitely be able to take out a lot of these raptors and just kill them. Or she could take out both her M16s and just spray them with bullets. I mean, it's not hard. She's been able to dodge and react to Utah raptors the same size as them, possibly even a bit bigger if you really want to get into it. But again, I think overall, yeah, this should be easier. It's a lot. It's gonna be a lot easier for her to deal with these kind of dinos than the ones in her verse. You gonna say, oh, legendary, why would it be so easier? Because these dinos really don't have a lot of feats to really suggest that they're going to be able to take on a lot of what Regina can dish out. She could potentially snipe them from a distance, or potentially get herself out of there just in time, and then or again, she could just kill them. It is really not simple with these smaller creatures. Now again, the medium to mid difficulty range is definitely going to be the Ceratosaurus, Carnotaurus, and any other medium-sized carnivores that are on the island, especially the Carnotaurus, with him being able to camouflage, or with them being able to camouflage. My apologies. Now, the Ceratosaurus, I don't think will be too much of a problem, as it really doesn't do too much in the Jurassic Park lore. But again, it should be relative to the Carnotaurus due to its, I guess you could say, its size, or at least its diameter, which it actually shows that is pretty similar to the Carnotaurus in terms of height and weight. But overall, I do really see Regina struggling with these creatures here. The Carnotaurus are definitely going to be the most struggle, especially with their chameleon-like abilities, with them being able to actually camouflage and blend in with all the areas of the island. So if Regina wants to get that, I guess you could say, that compound as her base or whatnot, she'll just have to deal with the Carnotauruses. Not much. She has a shotgun with a grenade launcher. She has a standard shotgun. She has two M16s. She has an AK-47. I mean, the girl's lighting up everything with a bullet. All right? She got no problem spraying. Okay? So, in all honesty, I do think she clears this middle half of the story. But I think you guys want a little bit more concrete scaling, so let's talk about that here. The Allosauruses in Dino Crisis are just significantly above even the Allosauruses in Jurassic Park here. These guys will take a grenade launcher and will trip. Yeah, they'll fall over, but they're not dead yet. It takes a couple shots for them to it takes a couple shots for them to die. And the same can be said for the Therizinosaurus. Now, if I remember correctly, the Therizinosaurus was only slightly bigger, if not smaller, than the Allosauruses for some reason. Don't blame me. I don't make the game. It just is what it is. But again, I do think the Therizinosaurus was made to be slightly smaller than the Allosauruses here. But if we're using accurate height, accurate height, weight, size, and stuff like that, then the Therizinosaurus should be easily in the middle ground for carnivores, which again Regina is clearing because they have higher durability. Now next off we have the Tyrannosauruses and the Spinosaurus. But again, I don't really think this is going to be a problem. I just showed earlier that Regina's Tyrannosaurus or Dino Crisis' Tyrannosaurus is able to casually, and I mean casually, tank multiple shots from a tank. Like, you're taking tank shells to the body, and then you're taking anti-tank rounds on top of it. Like, how does it get any more overpowered than that? Same with the Spinosaurus. As a matter of fact, I don't even think the Jurassic Park Spinosaurus is going to be able to affect a Dino Crisis T-Rex. That's just how I see it. There's a very big difference in tier and a very big difference in durability. Do y'all really think the Jurassic Park dinosaurs are going to be able to literally withstand at least one round from a tank? Or do you guys think they're going to get absolutely obliterated within the process? I think they'll get obliterated within the process, but hey, that's just me though. Because again, these Dino Crisis dinosaurs are just absolutely overpowered in general. I mean, you have a Tyrannosaur that can tank a tank shell or anti-tank rounds like it's nothing. You have the Giga who can also tank anti-tank rounds like it's nothing. And being able to literally beat down and fling the same Tyrannosaur, by the way, that was able to withstand tank shells. Like, point blank being shot by a tank here. Like it's like it's absolutely nothing. Like, you can't tell me that any dinosaur in this game scales to that Tyrannosaur, let alone. Low-key, I would love to see a Dino Crisis version of the Spinosaurus, but with some obviously, some upgraded graphics as well, because it's just, yeah, I need that new Dino Crisis game like ASAP. Like, come on now. I think it's been enough time to where we could get an updated version of Dino Crisis. I don't care if it's the same story. All I want is an updated version with none of that woke nonsense. Make that game look good and make that game look splendid. But back to the video itself here, there's no way I could really just say that, oh, well, Regina's going to lose to Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. Maybe without her weapons, yeah. But again, with her equipment, with her ammunition, with her intelligence as well, and her experience with dealing with not only humans on the island, but these kind of dinosaurs. I mean, you guys see she's fighting plesiosaurs, mosasaurs, enotransevia, or gorgonopsids, and she's doing just fine for the island. So in all honesty, yeah, Regina would take this low, if not just mid difficulty at the best. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.